right, friends, we are on lesson 9. We are still talking about shapes in halves, fourths. So let's get started. Okay, I can partition shapes and identify halves and quarters of circles and rectangles. Now, yesterday we talked about that. We talked about how a half is 2 equal parts to make the shape, and quarters are 4 equal parts to make the shape, or sometimes we call it fourths. Okay, so we also didn't just look at circles, we looked at how rectangles could be divided into halves. I'm going to cover up my 2 here. Here's half and fourths. Okay, now this isn't the only way you could do that. All right, so, oh, look at that. There we go. All right, so we're going to skip through our fluency today. We're going to come down here. There we go. I was going to say rolling, rolling, rolling. Okay, we are working on our application problem, so get your detective hat ready. Whoop, my hair's all over the place today. Got my glasses on, so all right. I've got my whiteboard ready. Do you have your whiteboard ready? Because you need your whiteboard, you need your marker, and you need something to erase with, or you got paper and pencil, use paper and pencil. Okay, you're doing the application problem with me. I don't do this by myself. Detectives work together to find the clues. Here we go. Emmy cut a square brownie into fourths. Draw a picture of the brownie. Emmy gave away 3 parts of the brownie. How many pieces does she have left? Okay, so we've read through that. It's a lot of information, but let's go line by line and see if we figure it out. Emmy cut a square brownie into fourths. Well, let's draw a square first, okay? And I'm actually going to use my sticky notes to help me draw one. You can just do the best you can to make it's kind of wonky. All right, so I'm going to draw my square. Oh. Okay, there's my square. Now it says that I'm going to cut it into fourths. Now, if I'm cutting this into fourths, that means I have to have 4 equal pieces. Okay, so I'm going to cut my square. I'm going to guess this is about middle. Looks about equal, doesn't it? Then I'm going to come over here and I'm going to cut it again. Look, 4 equal pieces. Okay, now we drew a picture of our brownie. Here's our brownie in 4 equal pieces. Now, Emmy gave away 3 parts of the brownie. How can I make it into a math sentence? I have 4 pieces, and Emmy gave away. If she gave something away, that means we subtract. So I'm going to take the 3 she gave away. Now, here's what I'm going to do to show that they went away. I'm going to color them in. And it's not going to be perfect. I'm just going to kind of, there's 1 she gave away. There's 2 she gave away. And that makes 3 that she gave away. So if she gave these 3 away, how many does she have left? 4 minus 3 is 1. So Emmy has 1 piece left. Ta-da! Friends, it's a good thing she only gave away 3 pieces. She wouldn't have had any left over for her if she gave that one away too. All right, we have solved our application problem. We know that Emmy has 1 piece left after she gave 3 pieces of a square brownie that was cut into fourths. We used a number sentence to help us show that 4 minus 3 equals 1. We even drew it out and colored in what was given away. And our statement was Emmy has 1 piece left. Good job, detectives. Case solved. You can erase your boards. Again, if you have shapes or access to a printer, you can print out the template we had yesterday. We can use it. I believe there's one in there today that you're going to use. So if you don't, okay, you can draw it out on your whiteboard or on your paper, okay? So I'm going to pause and get us ready, and then I'll see you in just a second. All right, friends, welcome back. If you need more time to get your stuff together, then please continue to pause. If not, let's get started with Miss Kaylin.
Welcome to class, my marvelous mathematicians. It's Miss Kaylin here, ready to guide you through another lesson. Today, we will be splitting circles and rectangles into quarters and halves. For today's lesson, you will need your pair shapes template. Take a moment to slide that into your whiteboard, and when you're ready, press play and we'll get started.
If you have access to a printer, you can use that.
Halves and quarters. I remember those words. Let's take a minute to review. I remember a half is when you split something into two equal parts. And I know quarters can also be named fourths, and that's when you split it into 4 equal pieces. These are examples of halves and quarters, or fourths. And there are different ways you can show them. We could show fourths this way. On a rectangle, I can show half this way. I can show quarters this way. You could also show quarters this way. But remember, we can't do that on a circle. That wouldn't make it quarters. Today, we're going to need this as we work. So remember, quarters and halves. Let's get started. Today, you are going to start with some partner work. A partner? Where? Oh, there she is. Hi, Natalia.
You're going to need a circle
Natalia
if you don't have a
partner
picture.
A, and you will be partner. You're both going to start at the circular pizza at the top of your template. Natalia, you go ahead and split your circle into halves. Mathematician, I want you to split your circle into quarters or fourths.
You heard what she said.
Go ahead and
We're
split
going
your
to
pieces
split
down.
ours in fourths. Okay, remember, we can't do straight lines because that's not fourths, but we can split this in half. Look, there's half. And then
Natalia broke her pizza into half. You broke your pizza into quarters. It should look like this.
Ta-da, that's what ours looks like.
Who has more pizza slices?
We do. We have 4.
That's right, partner B. You have more pizza slices. I see 1, 2, 3, 4 slices on yours, and 1, 2 slices on top. I want us to color now. Natalia, you're going to color 1 piece. And mathematician, I want you to color one of your pieces. I'm going to behind my secret wall.
It doesn't have to be perfect, but you can just kind of make it like that. Okay, I'm going to do half also. It's not perfect, but that's okay. I'm using dry erase marker.
Mathematician, who has the larger piece? Partner A or partner B?
Well,
point to the piece that is
here's
larger.
our piece. Here's a half piece. This one's bigger.
Did you point to Natalia's piece? Yes, partner A has the bigger piece. Now look at the whole pizza. Who has a larger number of slices?
Well, she
Who
has
more
only
slices?
2 slices.
Point to it now.
We have 4 slices, so we have more.
Partner B has more slices. Partner A has 2 slices, and partner B has 1, 2, 3, 4. Mathematician, which slice would you want? Partner A's slice and get half of the yummy pizza? Or would you want partner B's slice and get a quarter of the yummy pizza?
I want
Which would you want?
because I like to eat pizza, so I want more.
Partner B has 4 slices. That's a lot more than 2 slices. But if I only get to have 1, partner A's slice will be bigger because there's only 2 of them. In partner B's, I'd have to share with 3 more people, and I would get a smaller slice. I think I want one of Natalia's slices. We just saw that with circles, 1/2 is a larger piece than 1/4. Let's see if that's true with rectangles. Here are 2 rectangles of the same size. I'm going to cut one into quarters and one into halves. Which one do you think is going to be larger? Half of the rectangle or quarter of the rectangle?
Make a prediction. What do you think is going to be large, half or quarter?
I'm going to take this and I'm going to cut it in half.
I'm going to cut mine in half. Let's see. I better fold it so I can see.
Now I have 2 halves. Let's cut the same size piece now into quarters.
I want to pause because it's going to take me a minute to cut mine. All right. Okay. I'm going to label mine halves and quarters. All right, let's keep going.
This rectangle has been cut into halves, and this rectangle has been cut into fourths or quarters. Let's take a look at one of each piece. Let's go ahead and label the pieces. This side we said is
Halves.
This was 1/2 of the rectangle. And this piece was, what was it again?
Quarters.
That's right, 1/4. Mathematician, which is the larger piece? 1/2 or 1/4?
Which one's
Point
bigger?
to the piece on the screen that's larger. Yes, 1/2 is a larger piece than 1/4. 1/4 is a smaller piece than 1/2. How many pieces did we make when we cut into halves?
We made 2 pieces.
2 pieces. How many pieces did we make when we cut into fourths?
4 pieces.
We made 4 pieces. So when we cut the pieces in half, they were this size. When we cut the pieces into quarters, what happened to the size of the piece?
Got smaller by half.
What happened to the size of the piece when we cut it into quarters?
It got smaller.
Did it get bigger or smaller?
Small.
Cut it into quarters, the piece got smaller. Mathematician, why would that happen? Why would the pieces get smaller when we cut it into quarters?
Because we're cutting more pieces.
Well, let's think about this. If I had 1/2 and 1/2, and we wanted to make another cut to make them into quarters, I took 1/2 and I split it into quarters. That's why it got smaller, because I split it again. I took my half and I turned it into quarters. And when I did that, I had to cut more. When I cut more, the pieces got smaller and smaller. Now I have 1/4 again, and that's a smaller piece than 1/2. Go ahead and grab your whiteboard again. On your whiteboard, you have pairs of shapes. On the first one, I want you to draw a line to show half. And color it in.
Okay, friend, pause for a second. And let's draw 2 rectangles like Miss Kaylin. I want them to be the same size. And I'm going to do my best to try to draw one. Now, she told me to draw this first one in half and then color it in. Okay.
On the second shape, I want you to draw to show quarters or
Okay,
fourths.
so let's make it into fourths. We've got 4 equal
And
sides.
then color in one piece of that.
Doesn't have to be perfect. Just try to.
Go ahead and do that for the rest of the shapes. I'll work behind my secret wall while you work.
So let's look. We've got 2 circles. We're going to try our best to draw a good circle. And we're going to try our best to draw a second circle the same size. I know it's hard to draw circles. Okay. Remember, the first one we're going to do is in half. And the second one we're going to do in fourths or quarters. So we're going to go in half and then go in half again. And you're only going to color in one. Okay. All right. You can pause anytime you need to catch up. Now we've got rhombuses. We've got 2 different size rhombuses. We've got this rhombus. And the secret to drawing this rhombus is pretend you're drawing 2 triangles on top of each other. That's not very good, is it? Let's see if I can do that again. Okay, so there's part. There's part. We're trying our best here. It's okay if they're not perfect. The other 2 are more like squares. So if you want to turn your board kind of sideways and draw a square, and another square, and then when you go back, they're kind of like that. Okay, so we need to make this one into half. I'm going to do it this way. Color this one in. I'm going to go ahead and push play on Miss Kaylin because we'll be finished in a minute. If you need more time, go ahead.
Remember,
and pause.
the first one will be in half, and the next one will be in quarters.
So we need to do this one into quarters. And then we need to color in 1. Okay, same thing here, half. And then quarters. Whoops. And you're only going to color in 1. All right, let's see if we did that the right way. If you need more time, you can always pause.
Pause the video if you need more time. This is what my shapes look like. What do you notice about my hat?
The bigger.
They're all bigger pieces than the quarters. That's what I noticed. I noticed that everywhere I drew half, the quarter was a smaller piece. In this shape, the half was bigger than the quarter. In the square, the half was bigger than the fourth. Circle, the half was bigger than the quarter. And in my rectangle, the half was bigger than the fourth. That's so cool. So it seems that no matter what, half is always a larger piece than a quarter if the shape is the same exact size. Mathematician, you did it! You completed today's lesson. I'm so proud of you. I hope you have fun splitting your circles and rectangles into halves and quarters. I know I learned a lot today. I'm always thankful to my brain, so let's give it some love. Repeat after me. My brain is great.
My brain is great.
My brain will grow.
My brain will grow.
The harder I work,
The harder I work,
the more I'll know.
the more I'll know.
And that's so true. Come with me as we transition to your problem set. Mathematician, your must-do problems today are 3, 4, and 5. You'll have 10 minutes to work your absolute hardest, and I know you will because you are a hard worker. I'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye, Miss Kaylin. All right, let's go to our problem set. 3, 4, and 5. So we're going to skip 1 and 2, and let's look at number 3. It says, circle the shape that has a larger shaded part. The phrase that makes the sentence true. Okay, so here's our 2 shapes. Which one is the larger shaded part? I'm going to get my shapes here and find my circle. Well, I'm looking and I see this one has 4, so that's fourths. And if there's 4, that's going to be the smaller. This one has 2. If I shade that one, it's going to be bigger. So I'm going to this one. Now I got to come over here. The larger shaded part is of 1/2 of or 1/4 of. I didn't use the quarter, I used the half. So I've got to circle 1/2 of the whole shape. Okay, you have to circle both in order to give you credit for it, okay? Let's look at number 4. Color the part of the shape to match its label. Circle the phrase that would make the statement true. Okay, so I'm going to bring my lines 1/2 of the circle. So I'm going to make this half. My best to make it half. This one is 1/4. So remember, fourth, I'm going to make half. And then I'm going to make half again. Okay, then I'm going to get my drawing tool and I'm going to color in 1/2 because it says color part of the shape. So I got to show my work here. I'm going to do my best to color it in. Doesn't have to be perfect. Just do the best you can. 1/4. Okay, then you're going to, is it 1/2 larger than 1/4? Is 1/2 smaller than 1/4? Is 1/2 the same size as 1/4? You've got to pull one of these, okay? Now, number 5, 1/4 of the rectangle, 1/2 of the rectangle. Same thing we did here, do for the rectangle, and you're going to circle which one is going to make it true, okay? So do 3, 4, 5 and your exit ticket. If you have any questions, you know, you can always email me, message me, get a hold of me any way you need to, and I will try to help you the best I can, okay? I will see you guys next time. That's a hint of what we're going to do next.